Here with men's hockey coach Bill Moore. Coach, it seems like every time we come to an interview, we're talking about a big weekend coming up. You had a big weekend last weekend. It was really a huge split against St. John's. Talk a little about the games, because really it seemed like it was a tale of two separate games.
It was definitely two separate games. I mean, we got beat 6-0 in the first night, and didn't seem like we were all there. It didn't seem like we got off the bus with a lot of jump and energy. But we regrouped overnight, came back and won 2-1 in overtime the second night, played very, very well. And again, I think it just goes into showing that when we keep our goals against down below 3, we've got a great opportunity to win the game.
Talk a little bit. Let's flip it around. And I think everybody that's followed St. Mary's hockey knows now that Mike Hill's been out for the last 6 games, so you've had to play without your leading scorer. But you're getting some contribution, and that win really against St. John's kind of proves that you don't have to have Mike in the lineup to be successful.
There's no doubt. Well, we miss him for sure. Anytime you have a guy that's got that much skill and a prolific scorer, you're going to miss him. But I think we've got enough tools in the toolbox that we can take care of business without him. We'd obviously rather have him in the lineup than out of the lineup, but it was nice to see some guys pick up the pace. And again, we just have to tighten up our defense and make sure that we don't give up goals, so that we have an opportunity to beat a team 1-0, 2-1, 3-1, something like that. If we're going to play without him in a shootout 7-5, 6-5, that's probably not going to go in our favor.
Talk a little bit about the play of Jason Horseman. Hasn't seen a lot of time in goal, but you called on him on Saturday, and he really came through with 32 saves against the Johnnies.
He did, and Jason's been a great goaltender for the last 4 years. We loved having him in the lineup. He's fluctuated between number 1 and number 2 all the time. This year, Andy Shive has had a solid season, so he's gotten more of the game time than Jason has. But Jason came when we needed him, and he played very, very well, and he'll get another opportunity to play this weekend.
Talk a little bit about kind of one of the oddities. You always focus on special teams, and really a lot of times it's on your prolificity of your power play. But really, if you look at yours, you guys scored your 7th shorthanded goal against St. John's, ties the school record for most shorthanded goals. What is it that makes you guys so good when you're killing penalties?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that we are trying to pressure everywhere we can go. Our speed definitely helps us. In this case, Bobby Thompson was able to jump on an errant pass that just jumped over the guy's stick, and his speed allowed him to beat the defenseman back to the puck, going on a breakaway, and fortunately for us, he buried it in overtime.
And as big as we talk about that St. John's series, now you've got another one this weekend against Gustavus. You're home on Friday and on the road on Saturday. Always play Gustavus tough, and it seems like it's a great rivalry. Talk a little about this weekend and what we can expect between the Cardinals and Gusties.
Well, it was funny. We were meeting this afternoon, kind of looking at the season and what we need to do and planning out for the weekend. And it doesn't matter which coach's office in the MIC you'd be sitting in this week. Everyone's saying it's a big weekend. It's got a lot of playoff implications. Right now, from 3rd place to 8th place is a difference of 3 points. And if you take into account that St. Thomas is in 2nd place, has 2 games in hand on everybody, everybody's going to get closer to them this weekend, being that that St. Thomas is off this weekend. So there's still an awful lot of hockey teams that have an opportunity to make playoffs. We like where we sit right now with 4 games remaining, 3 of which are at home. We hold tiebreakers over a lot of the teams that we're competing with for those playoff positions. So right now, the thing that we like the best is that we don't need help from anybody else. The ball's in our court. All we got to do is take care of business.
And it really says a lot about the conference and how balanced the conference is. Like you said, you've got 8 teams that are 8 of the 9 teams are really still in the hunt, and we're not just talking about mathematically, we're talking about realistically in a playoff chase. It's got to make it kind of fun with 4 games left.
It is fun, and I think the one thing we've tried to tell our guys is we can't be scoreboard watching. We can't be looking ahead at what other series are. All we can worry about is what we can control, and the controllable that we have is getting ready to play hard and do the things that we need to do. Again, if we take care of business, especially when we've got 3 of the 4 at home, we like our chances.
And that starts Friday night, 7:30 at the St. Mary's Ice Arena against Gustavus, and then you head to St. Peter on Saturday at 7 o'clock game. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.